Then what size?
This one's from Jeremy in Wisconsin. And it says, Tuffy Brand Coffee is the best coffee in the world. Thanks for the grift.
Anyway, I'm going to find out who this quartering character is. And when I do, he's going to get a bit of the old ice troll treatment.
Went from loathing Brie Larson to being the unofficial #1 fan site for Brie Larson.
How about a handshake? You're gonna give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm gonna let you keep your hand.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It's Luke Day.
That's right.
Yeah. Did you get your video done in time?
I did. It's just like a marathon. I'm like trying to get up because I've been working this whole morning.
Yeah.
You know the struggle. I'm like, let's, sitting at the desk is like one of the most unhealthiest things you could do now. It's like
Yeah.
worse than. So I'm like trying to get some exercise before the show starts. I'm like,
I just jumped on. I just did my little trampoline workout. You told me to get the little trampoline thing. So like,
yeah, trampoline's legit. Trampoline's awesome, but it's not even a work. It's more about just getting your day started.
Yeah, well, I did it right before the show. It's hard to like record back to back to back to back to back to back videos, take 5 minutes, and then be back on for the live show. Like it's
that's what I just did. I just literally just did that.
I know,
And I'm like, are we still going? Like, I'm like in the middle. I'm like playing a clip, reacting to a clip. I'm like messaging you, DMing you, like, oh, really? Everything's still good, right? Because I'm like, I can still keep going. I started to do 40-minute videos, but my brain's being fried.
That's a long video. Have you found that like the longer videos, which I would assume lead to longer, watch time, has that helped you out at all?
My channel's doing so much better. I am now plus 510 subscribers in the last 30 days.
Well, everyone unsubscribe from Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was negative 2,000 subscribers before I started to do this, but it is
There was a bot purge though. Like over the last month, like there was a dead account purge that might have been dragging you down a little bit. It
still negatively affects your channel if you're not having new people subscribe, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So luckily,
that's why I ran promo in January. People are like, he's buying subs. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just paying money to advertise my videos on YouTube because like YouTube,
smart.
It doesn't. Yeah. Well, what happened when I did that? Now this next month, I obviously can't afford to do that forever. So I didn't run it and my views are back up because like YouTube's like, hey, new people are back in. Now you don't have to worry about that crap on Rumble, which is great. But it's a dead channel is not good for really anything. And there's always a churn rate that most people don't really know. So like on Rumble, it says like, oh, I gained 300 followers yesterday. Well, I probably gained 500 and lost 200. Like there's always a churn that happens. So you just got to always try to stay ahead of it.
It's just a lot because it's like 40 minutes nonstop speaking is a big endeavor. And I'm doing it 4 times a day.
That's what Tim used to do. And Tim like broke down and started doing like 10-minute videos again. And I was like, how does he do like 3 40-minute videos and then a 2-hour live stream and then another, he would be live at like 11 and then live again at 7. Now he's passed off his 11 o'clock time slot. But yeah, it's
when
pretty
I used
wild.
to live with him, that's what we used to do. I used to do all my videos, and then I used to do his show, and then we did the post show, and then the pre-show, and I'm like, that's when I literally
and then what happens after you're done, right? People don't know this. The first thing you do is immediately start looking for tomorrow's topics.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Like that's what you get. Like it just
start
never ends.
Bookmarking other tweets and other kind of videos about what you think is going to do good, and it's a grind, but it's only going to get harder. It's only going to get crazier.
Yeah,
it's only going to get more difficult.
It's not going to get easier. Yeah,
especially with AI videos. Did you see that AI Will Smith video?
No.
I mean the original one of him eating spaghetti.
No, there's like a more advanced one that's like pretty mind-boggling.
I think we're at here's an unpopular take. I think we're at the AI bubble right now. I think AI video has gone as far as it's going to go, and people are learning to you can't until you can use AI to replace you 24/7 live reacts. Yeah, I mean that's all you can do. Like I think AI has a long way to go. And I mean, it's not like AI is not going to do a lot of things. But in terms of replacing creators, I think we're still a little bit further out. It's replacing real estate. Like if you go on, some of these search feeds on like mainstream sites, it's all AI slop. There was a report that came out that said, I forget what the number was, but like YouTube's like 30% AI slop. It's like it's insane. Yeah, and I've told Rumble, I'm like, hey, you guys should ban it entirely. I know they won't because it's probably bad for business.
Yeah, but all the like top 10 videos or best product videos, they're no longer like regular people. It's all like AI generated voice, AI generated things. And I'm like, what am I watching? I'm like, I thought this was good, but it's like literally just like crap. So that stuff is becoming undistinguishable. I sent you the clip in the private chat of all of the Will Smith spaghetti videos.
Now I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful what I open on Twitter nowadays. Hold on a second. Let me screen it.
Nowadays, we should have been
around yesterday.
Yeah, I gotta. Let me just make sure this isn't okay. All right, I can put it on the screen now. All right, so we go here.
And we could talk over it as it happens, but it shows.
Yeah, this is the original. Oh, yeah, this shows. I did see this, but yeah, it's funny how far it's gone. How far it's gone. Like his face was like all messed up before.
Mm-hmm.
Even here, it looks pretty obviously bad. This looks pretty good. 2025. That looks pretty good. And 2026, is it going to be Diddy?
This is where the audio comes in. And the speech.
Kling 3.0. I heard it can create multiple scene cuts like this with a single prompt.
Oh man, I hate AI.
Oh, the mouth looks fake, but like it's pretty close.
Knows
it's a lot better.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Whoever is talking. But did you know that all the...
It doesn't look great. I can still very clearly tell it's AI, but I also have a trained eye for it. So like, would normies have the same trained eye? I don't know. You know,
right? And if it's in a commercial, like if you have it on in the background while you're doing whatever, cooking, laundry, and you just hear Will Smith's voice, you're occasionally glancing up, you may not catch some of it. So like that's where like the Sora and stuff creeps me out. People have been like, you can use my likeness. What are they going to use your likeness for? Even the small errors won't matter if you're not really paying attention.
Yeah. Oh, especially because most people are like passively watching, you know, like on their phone. Even I will like, I will like views max. Like I'm watching something on TV and I'll still be watching a video like on my laptop. And it's like,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Too many people do that. And that's how they get like anxiety because their brain is like trying to listen to a number of things at once. And that's why like meditation is so important. I can't recommend it enough for people just to quiet your mind. Try to do that. And you're going to be like, you're going to have a superpower that the vast majority of people don't, as a lot of people are frazzled. Some people, I always found this strange. Some people always need some kind of noise in the house. That's not a good sign. Right?
Yeah, it's.
I think you have to kind of challenge yourself and be like, okay, I'm going to do this one singular task and absolutely nothing else. Because I think people get like this sense that they're multitasking and therefore they're more productive, but that's not typically true. And you're actually damaging your ability to focus on one thing and do quality work.
Yeah, I mean, that's for sure. I think I've started to do like a little bit more kind of like trying to just center myself. I've started playing poker again, and that has helped center me. No.
I like playing poker.
You can't really do anything else when you're playing it if you want to be any good. Like I know some people are like crazy good at it, and they'll play like 4 tables at once, and like the new style poker players are all just math. They don't actually play the other person. But like I'll play like sit and go tables of 9 people, and so you have to kind of watch. You have to kind of learn like.
Is this online or in person?
I do both. Yeah.
Do you do 1-2 or 3-5?
3-5. But like I prefer sit and go tournaments though. So like I would rather have 9 people all put in $100 and then have like first place get 600, second place get 300, you know, that kind of thing. Those are way more fun to me. You get way more poker for your money. I know the casinos don't make as much money, but those are always those are what I'm best at, and that's what I like to play. So that's mostly online, you know.
Yeah, the Beanie Man has been teaching me, but he hasn't been around Florida lately. He went back to the compound.
I heard. Yeah, I heard.
And I'm like, damn it, come back. Let's go play more poker. I have no one to play poker with here in Miami.
I don't want to. I play on. There's many legal U.S. websites where you can play other people. That
I like the interaction. I like being able to see people's face. I like being able to read people. I like being able to read body language. I like being able to talk trash. Right. I like being able to like have fun with it. Which is far more enjoyable because you get to hang out with friends and just kind of talk. I do 1-2 because it's just more of a fun game for me.
To be fair, when I go to the casino, I'll play whatever's open. I don't have like, you know, maybe there's more casinos in like Miami, but there's really only one casino. It's an hour drive for me. So like if I'm going there, like I just, you know, if 1-2's open, I'll play it. If 3-5's open, I'll play it. I would prefer to play 1-2 because I'm not trying to play like $500 pots every time, you know?
Yeah. 1-3 is fine too. 1-3 is the one that we predominantly played.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun, man. It's awesome, but I don't get the online stuff. I just can't do it. I'm researching, I'm studying how to become a good player.
Luke, we went to the casino. Remember when we went to the casino? We saw Tim Pool there.
Yeah. I took a photo.
Yeah.
I published it. I published it online.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, just a random Asian guy with a beanie on.
Yeah, he kind of looked like him a little bit. He was one of your better call-outs. Yeah, he's one of your better call-outs. So we have Pam Bondi kind of going bananas here. I want to talk about that, but I also want to talk a little bit about Pam Bondi. Most people are dissatisfied with her. The only person that really seems to be standing her is Trump. I do want to shout out
the one guy that matters.
Yeah, huge shout out to this stream's sponsor, this segment, Kalshi. Kalshi. You can use it to check odds or track sentiment. This is the only place that you can trade on these type of events legally in all 50 states. I also have a $10 promo code for users who sign up with my link or code, which is in the description right now. This is, who will leave Trump administration this year. Pam Bondi is surging. She's at a 52% chance, according to Kalshi. That's where the money is. Chrissy Noem's up there. I think that's bad money. Caroline Leavitt, that's also bad money.
See, Caroline Leavitt was popular after she announced that she's expecting her second baby. Everyone was like, she's going to polite Jen Psaki exit, she'll make it through the first 2 years. She'll go on maternity leave and be like, you know what? Somebody's got to step in and I'm just going to let them take over forever. I don't know if that's true, but that I heard that consistently.
Yeah. I mean, what about the
I don't think Trump's going to get rid of Pam Bondi because Pam Bondi now has him by the balls because now she could snitch on him and ran on him, which she probably will when the Democrats get into power. Yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't even know what snitching on him looks like because I've seen zero evidence of him doing anything wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah, but she's going to probably say Trump ordered me to do this and I did it.
Oh, that way.
I'm not responsible.
That's true of any cabinet, though, right? Anyone at any time could be like, I was just following boss's orders.
Yeah, I mean, Luke, you're probably not wrong, but I don't know if that necessarily hurts Trump because if he replaces her with somebody who does the right thing, then it'll just be another job for Rubio to do. It'll be
that's meme.
Yeah. It'll be just another thing. But I think the smart money's actually on Lutnick. I think Lutnick, he's surging too. Mm-hmm. He's at 48%. He's probably got to stop because he lied in front of Congress.
Oh man, Cash is at the top though.
Cash is at 63%. He's not going to survive it. Look at how the FBI has bungled the Guthrie. Do you see the local police came out and were like, hey, the FBI came in here and took over control and they fucking suck. That's what he's like, we have real police here. The FBI, I mean, why did it take a week to get a photo of this guy? They arrested a delivery driver last guy.
I also saw that people were really angry that the director of the FBI was sharing the images from the camera. I don't know how much
why would you be mad about that?
Well, some people are saying like, he only pays attention to celebrity cases.
Well, I agree.
He's parachuting in whenever it has to do with famous people. And, you go either way on it, but it is interesting that there's sort of lots of things to fault him for whenever a high profile case comes up.
Yeah, I saw Jack Posobiec complimenting Kash Patel on his great job that he's doing with that particular case here, and a lot of people dunking on him. I'm not even looking at the case. I don't even know what's really going on because I've been just hyper-focused on all these Epstein documents.
I know. I tried to do a video on it. My viewers just don't care. They don't care. I did a video on it. I'm like, wow, this is a big break. Whatchamacallit, they got the security cam footage of the guy. Mm-hmm. Mega flop. I just deleted it. I was like, well, I guess I'll just do another video about the Super Bowl. Like, there's just no interest. It's all on Twitter. It seems like 100% of the interest is on Twitter, which is odd to me. Is it because
the Twitter algorithm is also being manipulated as well?
Well, yeah, that's been true. Twitter is worse than ever. It just has not. How do I say, like, there's literally no, it's no different than it was when Jack had it. That's what I think.
Do you think Elon will come around, or do you think this is like, it's sort of circling the drain? Because there's not really an alternative to X as much as they try with like Blue Sky and stuff. But on the other hand, it's constantly being criticized.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Here's the unfortunate. I want to get a conclusion on this, but I think the reason X isn't getting criticized as hard is because it's decidedly right wing now. And the left wingers who would complain about that have left to go to Blue Sky or Threads. So the right wing people are happy because it's pushing, it's pushing right wing content, and left wingers aren't there to complain about it. So I don't think they're going to change it. I just want them to get rid of the bots. That would be.
That was the original crusade when he was going to purchase it, and then he did, right?
Well, he was only doing that to get the price down. So when he was faking, because every website has some level of bots on it, they won't get rid of the bots because that will bring down their MAUs, their monthly active users, and they get to report that, and at some level they profit from it, and so they it's just wild. What do you think? What do you think of the Pam Bondi? I just don't care. Here's Pam Bondi's like, everyone's like, yeah, Pam Bondi. Let me grab this clip here.
I want to see a list of who is theoretically going to replace her. Because she was the second choice, right? Initially it was Matt Gaetz. That got kind of torpedoed. He withdrew. Obviously he's off doing media stuff now. I feel like I'm more confident when there is a general, like, this is sort of, it looks like who would step in. Because why pull her out? You can't pull her out unless you know who you're going to nominate next. And if you're not sure who you're going to nominate next, at least you know where she is.
Do you have to be a lawyer for that position? Do you have to be a lawyer to be in that position? I don't know. I don't think so,
but you do have to get approved by Congress. And so I think if you weren't a lawyer or didn't have any kind of experience, it might be more difficult.
The Republicans have control of the Congress for now. They need to appoint
They don't really,
No.
because the people that have R in front of their name, there's more than a handful of never Trumpers.
Yeah, but if you get someone like a big populist candidate, hypothetically, obviously I'm being facetious here, but Alex Jones as the Attorney General of the United States.
Yeah, I would
love to see that. I'm going to tweet about that right now.
Yeah, I mean, of the people that need to go, Kash Patel has to go. I can't believe he stayed. He had a good off ramp when Dan left. And I know Dan's taking a lot of shit from people. A lot of it justified, a lot of it just internet noise. But like in 6 months, that's going to go away and he's going to have saved his career. Kash Patel, I don't really know that he's got a career to go back to. I mean, he's got, I guess
he's differently positioned already, right?
Yeah, I mean, his country music star girlfriend could probably pay the bills, but like, Kash is it's like every decision he makes is bad. And then he's like, you look at all these pedos we arrested or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that's what the FBI does. What have you done that's different? Like, what have you went on TV and said Epstein killed himself. And you forgot your jacket. You wouldn't get off the plane because you didn't have a jacket that said FBI on it. Yeah. That's what I know of what he's accomplished.
And that was a couple days ago. He was on Fox News being like, yep, Epstein absolutely took himself out. Oh, yeah, Thomas Crooks. We don't need to know anything else about that one. And I'm like, what?
So
we don't really.
Crooks comments were more eye-opening than the Epstein comments, in my opinion, which were also bonkers and wild.
I don't like how. Now, this is what was said online, so I don't know if it's absolutely true or not. But like, he's the one that is credited with shutting down an investigation to any kind of international connection to the assassination. And also like the one big, I have a couple of conspiracies about, the Thomas Matthew Crooks and Tyler Robinson stuff. One, I think Thomas Matthew Crooks definitely knew about it, but how was there a book on Amazon 2 days before Charlie Kirk was assassinated called The Assassination of Charlie Kirk? How are there multiple trans groups celebrating this online days before it happened?
Yeah.
People clearly knew. And if the FBI is not gonna look into that, I just don't really know what Kash Patel is doing differently. Because the last guy that was in charge of the James Comey still arrested pedophiles. James Comey still arrested criminals. So, like, what are we doing that's different? I think you guys are nuts when you talk about cash. I mean, I think we're probably being a little demanding, but I'm only holding him up to the request that he had. He said what he was going to do. He's the one that said.
It's difficult to talk about Cash because, again, like I've had the chance to meet him. I like him as a person, but it doesn't seem like in this position, at least it seems like he has landed on the wrong foot multiple times. And it makes me wonder if like he would have been more effective somewhere else in the Trump administration, or if there's something else at play that's inhibiting his ability. When it comes to his X account, obviously my assumption is that he is the predominant poster. He might have someone else occasionally post for him, but when we get this update about Charlie Kirk, a person of interest in Charlie Kirk case, and then it gets taken down, you know what I mean? Like the back and forth.
Oh, that was bad. That was embarrassing.
Yeah, like there's stuff that I sort of am like, I feel like if I give you the benefit of the doubt, you're trying to be transparent. And if I'm not giving you any grace, then you are just looking for engagement on X. And like, that's not great. So it's hard to measure Cash because you want him to be doing more. And maybe that's why, because like he was in the sphere that we operate in, the expectations for him are maybe higher for us than somebody who didn't know anything about him.
Yeah. I think it's very easy to measure someone based on their record and their successes. Have there been any deep state arrests? And the answer is no. Has there been any accountability of the swamp or high-level players? No. Yeah. And because of that, he is not only endangering himself and Donald Trump when they leave office, when the Democrats take political office, but he's endangering everyone on the right, especially with the politicization of the justice system, which he clearly has done nothing really about, right? We want to see those results. We don't see those results. We're going to have to be hypercritical here. We need results. We need answers. We need actual actions, and we're not getting it. We're getting like, oh, local police department, stop this murderer here. I'm like, we don't care because the big high-level criminals are still out there on the loose, and they're going to be raining terror on all of us very soon.
Well, Pino says apparently it's hard for Jeremy to understand that Utah is in charge of the Kirk investigation. Well, that's just not true, because if there's a federal level involvement, then the FBI, if you don't think the FBI is not assisting that investigation, you're crazy. The FBI is the one that was on the ground the day it happened. The FBI certainly would have jurisdiction over anything electronic. Like, for example,
local law enforcement tends to have to defer to the FBI when they come in. I mean, it's kind of something like you hear about that a lot. Utah's in charge of prosecuting, but they weren't alone in investigating.
Well, if there's a book on Amazon, international commerce, about Charlie Kirk's assassination 2 days before, that's an FBI matter. The sharing of these Instagram users and TikTok users that were uploading stuff on the internet about his assassination days ahead of time, that's an FBI issue. And he chose to not investigate either one. That's what has been said. I don't know if that's true or not. Also, somebody did clarify in the comments that you have to hold a law degree to be the head of the DOJ, at least for a year or something like that.
There are some departments where, like, it's not that it should be that way, but like you don't technically have to have a background in it. But I'm glad that's true for the DOJ.
Yeah. Here's Pam Bondi's Epstein testimony devolving into a mess.
Didn't see one tweet, not one. I didn't see one tweet when Joe Biden was in office about Bill Clinton. Didn't ask Merrick Garland anything about Epstein, not once when he was
weak sauce.
Also,
Did somebody say weak sauce?
What's
Who the hell is saying weak sauce? Stop! You guys are in the government.
I want the record to reflect that, with this anti-Semitic culture right now.
Oh,
yeah. Yep.
Man, Pam.
Well, hey, Dan Bongino's retweeting how they're going to stop all the anti-Semitism with it, right?
She voted against a resolution condemning.
Is Jewish. I just want to be clear.
Do you want to go there, Attorney General? Or do you want to go?
More women in government. More women in government.
I have to know who's screaming weak sauce. I need to know.
This is her.
There. Are you serious? Talking about anti-Semitism to a woman who lost her grandfather in the Holocaust.
Oh my God. More women in government, please.
They never make us look good. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I had my family and my great grandmother and great grandfather die in the Holocaust. I give people the pass to talk about it however they want. All right?
Well,
I got the pass too. I'm giving out those passes if anyone wants them.
Why? Like
a backlog.
Oh my God. Yeah. If anybody knows who that is, yelling weak sauce, it's this woman in purple, I think.
It's probably the person being questioned.
If they cut a close up to it, you'll see our name tag and stuff. I don't.
No, there is no cut up. It's her. You can. Oh wait, no. Let's see. Okay, let's see.
She voted against a resolution condemning.
Is Jewish. I just want to be clear.
Do you want to go there, Attorney General? Or do you want to?
Oh, here. It's this one. It's this woman in blue.
It's Pramila.
Go there.
Papaya? Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Jerry.
Oh no, Becca Valiant. It looks like.
Oh my God.
Wow, what a time.
Oh yeah.
This is why we're never getting.
Get worse.
Yeah, we're never getting anything. Like we're not getting anything from. Like I was back in the old set. I resigned to the fact that we're not getting anything. Like, look, the men in Congress are no better. Let me just say that. This is just a bad look for women. Certainly men scream back and forth in Congress too, to be fair. Pam Bondi's had jurisdiction twice and done nothing. All right? Like, this is either one of two things is true. Either Epstein really didn't do anything beyond what he was already charged with, or we're just never getting anything.
Yeah, which we know is not true because of all these emails about all this weird, crazy, evil, demonic stuff that's coming out about torture in children.
Yeah. Well, you don't want your beef jerky, extra Brazilian beef jerky or something like that?
Yeah.
What was the beef?
You don't want your pizza and grape soda delivered to you for $50,000, Jeremy?
That's a good price for pizza and grape soda, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it totally makes sense. Totally adds up. Shipped in from Ukraine.
Have my pizza wearing a Snow White costume too, please.
With braces.
With braces. Yeah.
You guys are horrible.
Hey, by the way, quick shout out to Rumble Wallet. If you guys aren't using it, look, they can freeze your account, shut off your cards, lock you out of your own money overnight. Banks don't protect you, they control you. That's why real financial freedom starts with ownership. Introducing Rumble Wallet, a non-custodial wallet built for people who refuse to give up control. With Rumble Wallet, you don't buy digital currency. You don't just buy digital currency like Bitcoin and Tether. You own Tether Gold, real gold on the blockchain. Through Tether Gold, you get direct ownership of physical gold bars, each one fully allocated, verifiable by serial number, purity, and weight. This isn't paper gold. This isn't an IOU. This is real gold without bank vaults, storage fees, or gatekeepers. You can buy, sell, or move it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even when traditional gold markets are closed. And if you want it, Tether Gold can actually be redeemed for physical gold. That's power. And when you support creators on Rumble, you can tip them directly using Rumble Wallet. Crypto also. And you can tip about anything, the stuff you hold in Rumble Wallet, peer-to-peer and outside the banking system. No permission, no middlemen, no cancel button. The wallet is yours forever at Wallet. You can download it at wallet.rumble.com or in your app stores. Definitely check that out. I love when we get tips via Rumble Wallet because I don't have to share it with anybody. I don't have to pay Rumble a percentage of it. But this is not good. But I do like. I'm just so tired of Pam Bondi, and now with her because she was also caught up in the hate speech too.
Yeah, one was bad.
Like if the leftist Department of Justice, if James Comey or whatever had come out talking about hate speech, we would all been making videos like, what the no?
Yeah.
Like our Department of Justice is, not exactly
taking over.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know.
But listen, Jeremy, the Dow is up. Pam Bondi is telling us in that last clip I sent you how great the Dow is. We don't need to talk about these satanic predators that are still out there.
I don't know what the percentage is, but it's got to be 80% or more of Americans that don't own individual stocks. It's probably higher.
The stocks are controlled by a few centralized people that profit off of it predominantly.
I wish I had gold. I've been watching some gold people like saying it's going to go to $10,000 an ounce. Like they're just pulling all the gold off the market, like gold and silver. And I'm like, I really wish I would have bought in when it started going up. Like people are melting $300,000 watches just for the gold because it's worth more, you know, with the gold and the melt and the scrap prices. It's crazy. Here's crashing out on the Epstein probe. Let's see.
The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing.
She almost said $50,000.
You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000.
Yeah, she sucks. She's got to go. She's got to go.
But will she?
No, because Trump won't fight. When Trump is like loyal, the thing is, Trump has experienced a lot of fake loyalty in his day. So he is loyal to a fault. And he will, you know, he's not going anywhere. Like, I don't think she's going anywhere unless it really starts to hurt him in the polls, which it has. I mean, I would think that it has hurt him in the polls.
The thing is, it's hurting him in the polls. And like, take this for what you will, but he's not up for re-election. So if it hurts him in the polls, you know, other than like his relationship with the American people, his thoughts on his legacy, it's not the same metric as it was last time around, you know?
Yeah. No, I think it's even more important because it's how the midterms are going to play out and how the country is going to deal with this afterwards, as overwhelmingly a lot of people are going to be blackpilled. A lot of people are not going to be voting. A lot of people are not going to trust institutions. They're not going to trust governance. And no matter who the right kind of puts out, it's like, oh, it's going to be the same as old now. And it doesn't really matter. And we don't really care. I say that Trump has an amazing opportunity right now to do the right thing. And I pray that he does. Yeah. All indications are showing no. And this is really going to hurt. This is the end game essentially here for the future of America. Like Alex Jones came out and said, we're not going to have a country no more. And we're being told to shut up by the likes of like Cat Turd and the Dilly Meme Army. And it's like, no, we shouldn't shut up. We should do the right thing to save this country. Right.
Well, there's a lot of people who are ride or die MAGA, and it's been a good grift for them, but Donald Trump will not be president after 2028, probably. Okay. I think it's probably time. You like, I have always openly criticized Trump. I also voted for him 3 times. I think that's the smart position. I think some people are flexing too far to the, like, there's a bunch of people that flex all the way over to the everything Trump does is bad. Like that's kind of the new grift. Yeah. And then there's kind of the I'm going down with the ship grift. And I think both are probably wrong. You know, both are probably why, you know, you're right. People won't vote in the midterms. Trump will lose and the Republicans will lose control. And Trump should have cared because he'll spend the last 2 years in office getting impeached again. Like that's how this ends.
That's the big problem. I mean, if it's impeachment train on the end, it's just goodbye any chance of productivity.
Yeah. And, you know, that's kind of how I look at it. Like Trump may not care, but he's also screwing over JD Vance. Like JD Vance is going to have to be very careful and like get the Trump endorsement, but then also be like, here's how I would have done things differently. Like, I don't know.
Well, if you look at JD Vance's response to all of this, I think out of everyone in the administration, it has been the kind of best one because he says, look, Trump released the files, right? But at the same time, there still is an ongoing cover-up. I'm going to send you his response, as of course, he's very conveniently responding by saying, I'm traveling, I'm not following up on a lot of this stuff. And I think his answer...
That's smart, though.
He's in Armenia. He's at the Olympics.
His answer is the
He is
smart.
literally... He is
but
literally
that's why I'm more
traveling.
skeptical of him than ever. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've been pretty occupied the last couple of days. I haven't seen Howard getting calls to resign.
Yeah, I'm not responsible. I don't know what's going on. Like
that's
clearly,
that's exactly what I would have told him to say. Yeah, I don't want to be a part of this. Yeah,
more closely as I get on the plane. But you know, fundamentally, I think the Epstein files, what they reveal is certainly you had a lot of very wealthy and powerful people who were involved in some very disgusting behavior. But I do find it's interesting that the congressional Democrats are so focused on attacking the President of the United States. Who's the president who actually authorized the release of these files? It was Donald Trump. And they, you know, what really bothers me about this is that they take completely unsubstantiated attacks against the president, some of which are like completely facially absurd. I mean,
well, I mean, he's the guy that called he called the cops about Jeffrey Epstein.
And
did
the
he?
media's mad about it. Like,
yeah,
no, he called after Epstein was arrested, saying, "Good that you got him, happy that you got him," and he did help out the lawyers of the victims.
Yeah, he did. I mean, like I think like. It is
now that messaging is smart comparatively to what Pam Bondi's doing, who either is deliberately sabotaging him or just not fit for the job.
Yeah.
The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow in records.
Like she's referencing the Dow, I feel like just to try and barb Jamie Raskin, which I know they all want a viral moment. That's kind of what the congressional hearings have become to the individuals involved for.
X clips,
I don't know that it's as fluid as it should be. I get it. You hate Jamie Raskin, and insider trading is a trending concern among constituents on both sides. But like this doesn't seem like it's proving the point you want it to. Did big stock get me?
Yeah, no, you were good. You were back in a second. Look, the stock shit just doesn't resonate with me. I mean, I have an IRA and that's it. I used to own a bunch of stock, but it was causing me massive stress when Elon would tweet something and I would watch it go down. Like, I just got out and I put my money into like, safer, lower risk, lower reward stuff. But like, it still wouldn't matter to me. Like, it only matters to people who have millions in the stock market. And they're like, look, my millions are billions now. It's like, that's 100 people. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, I guess it does trickle down. It does trickle down in people's 401ks. That's what they should be talking about. They should not use the Dow because people don't know what that means. They should be saying, well, people's 401ks are on an epic run of going up, because that's what people in their 50s are watching, because they're trying to retire in 10 years or 15 years.
I mean, the richest 1% own the greater share of the stock market, right?
Yeah.
If you look at who overwhelmingly controls the stock market, it's not the average Joe. Like, we have some involvement in it, sure, but we're placating the super rich here when we're fluffing up the stock market while middle America gets gutted and destroyed with taxes, rules, and regulations. That should be the priority of the American presidency right now. Take care of middle America, manufacturing, jobs, loosen up the regulations, loosen up the taxes on Americans that could compete with the actual monopolies out there that are destroying our way of life. And to say, no, go into the stock market. You're investing in other rich people's crap. Invest in America and the future of this country. That should be the priority, not a freaking artificial bubble economic market that is literally a scam on everyone else.
Well, Crossfaith says, so is it better for Republicans not to vote because they don't like the candidates? Democrats, no, I disagree. Republicans should vote no matter what and not show up. I think that's stupid. Candace Owens said that, I'm never voting again. I'm like, well, then you're a stupid bitch. Thanks for nothing. Like, this is a woman that was pretending to be conservative for the last 10 years and pretending like she gave a shit. Now she's like, well, I'm not going to vote. I'm going to tell my 3 million daily viewers not to vote. Cool. Why? I think that there's some people out there, and there are Republicans out there, who know that it's better for business to have the Democrats in charge so they have more shit to complain about. Like, there are literally, content creators whose channels have completely crashed since Trump won, because they can't talk about Joe Biden having a meltdown anymore. They can't talk about, this or that.
So they start infighting too. And
so they start infighting. Yes.
And I'm like, stop it. Okay, it's okay to have cycles. It's okay to go up and down. I've been in this game for 21 years.
Right.
There's going to be times you get very low viewership. You're going to get but are you consistent with your morals and your values? Very few people are. Right.
Well, buy Luke's career a drink. That's how long he's been in this game.
Yes. Yeah. There is one guy. There is one guy who had a crying meltdown and was DMing me because I said the space was down, and he was like, "How dare you mention my channel? It really blah, blah, blah." And then his views have been down, so instead he starts doing videos from dedicated hate subreddits about me. He's like doing video. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, oh, your channel views are down, so now you're gonna start trying to pick a fight with me, so I make a video about it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna stay on task. And keep going forward, because that is the short-term off-ramp. You'll get a temporary boost, But then when things come back around, you'll be forgotten because people will remember that you snaked everybody for a short term, for a couple extra super chats on one live stream. It's
and
like,
I would assume that if you become the person that's like, I'm here to be negative and to trash other creators, it would change your reputation. If your channel is actually about the news or bills in Congress or whatever, like chasing the temporary high means that people remember you for drama as opposed to politically relevant content.
well, that's why I used to do a lot of drama stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of that is a psyop too, to be audience captured in a specific way that absolutely is destructive, and it feeds other agendas that people pay for with fake views and bots and clicks. And that's why it's more important than ever to have a long, consistent record of standing behind principles rather than the current thing, right?
Yeah. Let me try to decode this super chat.
When I first started working with you, someone described you to me as the TMZ of YouTube, which I thought was really funny.
That's not, that's not an unfair comparison. I used to make a lot of videos like sniping at Tim and this kind of stuff. And then I realized like, oh, the reason Tim's lasted as long as he has is because he doesn't do that shit. And like, so now when I see other creators who are literally crying in my DMs because their views are down, making videos, like standing with like people who spread, hate about me just to get some super chats, I'm like, oh, this is what people thought of me. This is what people thought about me when, the Brie Larson money train was over. I'm like, oh, I regret that. I regret acting like a baby back bitch and not just understanding that like things are down right now, but they won't be down forever. I'm going to try to figure this out. It looks like they're trying to get around some censorship. Trans have murdered more people in the past 20 years than all the white supremacists and Nazis combined. Fact. I got it. I think I decoded it. Yeah, let's actually talk about this woman in a dress who murdered, I think, is it the most deadly mass shooting or mass event in Canadian history? It's up there. I think it's
up there. I think because sounds horrible, but because we're still
well, there could be more deaths.
Status. Yeah. Like
there's 25, 25 injured.
10 dead. And we're getting photos of this individual. But the Canadian government, which is along with this agenda and literally pays for it and finances this and arrests parents for speaking out against it, is going to probably cover up a big portion of this, just like we had in Nashville, just like we had in other cases in the United States where local authorities are like, yeah, we're not going to tell anyone exactly what really happened here because we don't want to, quote, politicize this, when in reality, it needs to be exposed more than ever since it's a danger, and it's going to become more of a danger the more we go on.
Yeah. The sad part about it, did you see that they uncovered their old Reddit account and Matt Walsh had actually retweeted this person and dunked on him like 3 years ago. Yeah. Because they were like 15 and trans. And it was like, he was actually dunking on anime, but it was a post that this person had made. I'm like, wow, it's a small world. Like I think I think we can be, and my theory about like trans stuff too is like, I don't know, 9 out of the last 10 have identified as trans, maybe 10 out of 10. And I'd be willing to bet that a lot of the previous school shooters before, trans was a thing, probably would have identified as trans too. Like, there's something about this, like, person. Oh, James Vanderbeek died? RIP.
Really?
Yeah. I know he'd been fighting cancer, like, pretty valiantly. And, Ripperoni's James Vanderbeek. I don't think he was ever involved in like any nonsense. He seemed like just a good guy from Dawson's Creek. At some point, these bathtub hormones.
100 kids.
I don't know that answer, but I will say this: his parents were supportive of his transition, and he still murdered them. He murdered his parents and then went to school and murdered 7 more people. Like, that is, he had 6 kids and he was only 48.
They had moved to Texas from California in the last couple years, and that's so sad.
Yeah, that sucks. It's very odd. Like, it's, to me, it's now, like, when this stuff happens, it's like, oh, it was definitely true. Like, at what point are we going to... we're already kind of at the point where we're having these lawsuits, like detransitioner lawsuits going through. And the scary thing about this is what happens right after these things happen all the time. There's another one. No, there's another one.
Yeah.
Well, the cover up is true. Well, we had their police chief say it was a gun person. For fuck's sake, we're more concerned with the pronouns of a monster that murdered 10 people than the 10 people they killed. Children.
But that's Canada.
He
Canada
killed, like,
is really
6-year-olds.
strict. Canada's really strict about using correct pronouns. So I'm not surprised that even the publications, because obviously initial reports are mainly coming from Canadian outlets. They're probably leading a lot of the dissemination of news. They are locked and loaded to be observant of the pronouns things in all cases.
Yeah, I suppose they've been in it. They've had media training 10 years ago about this. They probably always say gun person. So we only notice when it's a trans person. All the time.
I mean, it's just like people with eggs when they're talking about women. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's default. Not that it should be that way, but it does show the difference between a lot of I think it was Ezra Levant was on IRL once, and he was talking about he was from the future, aka Canada, because it's just like they're 5 years more authoritarian. They're down these sort of social crazy trends, down that rabbit hole before we are.
Yeah, I mean, Luke, how quick do you think this will get erased?
I'm not even seeing about it. I'm just hearing about it. Like I saw a little bit of it on Twitter, and then I kind of scrolled by it. First time I'm really hearing about it is now as I'm looking into this particular story, and I'm like, wow. The media usually loves these type of stories. They love to sensationalize them. They love to hyperbolically like blame America and right wingers for these type of stories. But now, because they have no one to blame but themselves and their ideology that they purported, I think this is why there's such a cover up. I think the cover up is still there. I mean, I'm now granted. My laser focus is right now on all of the files coming out, and I've been like going insane.
Is CBS covering it? Oh wait, not CBS.
People are mentioning it, but I will say I think one of the reasons a lot of major mainstream outlets are having trouble talking about it, not just because of the trans component, which they're all saying unidentified female shooter, whatever.
Not even on the homepage of CBS News.
Canada also has really strict gun laws, so the fact that this would happen by potentially a trans person in a place where, they're like, but Canadian gun laws are great. It goes against a lot of the narratives that they, would fall back on to talk about this subject.
Yeah. I mean, it's also a very inconvenient conversation for them because it's an agenda that they were promoting of giving extreme amount of hormones. And what's the other kind of drug here?
SSRIs.
Not just that, but they give predators. They used to give predators this.
Oh, you're talking about the castration stuff.
Yeah, they give them castration drugs. They mutilate their bodies. They give them a bunch of drugs. They promote it as trendy and cool as the best thing ever. And now it's backfiring on them. And they would have to admit, yeah, guys, we were wrong. This whole great, beautiful idea of love and diversity and accepting your body as you choose when you choose, even if you're a 9-year-old and want to be a dinosaur, that's realistic. They would have to admit that they're wrong when it comes to all of this because they are. And they would have to have a burden of responsibility here, which of course, people in power are very allergic to. So this is why I think the story is being downplayed and not as significant. This should be Google. Like, imagine if this was a right-wing guy that was motivated by, let's just say, Trump, right?
Yeah, right.
Trump-loving, right-winger, Second Amendment guy does this in a school and hurts 25 plus people. Breaking news, CNN, nonstop sending reporters there. There's nothing. You go to all these news websites. No one is even talking about it. But
very
if the shoe was on the other foot, it would be nonstop obsession. I'm gonna do the thing that I shouldn't do. I'm gonna go to CNN.com. It's not even on their front page.
CBS News, it's not on their front page. Even I scroll all the way down, it's not on there.
It was on a lot of things this morning, but
it did happen last night. It did happen. Well, it was reported last night. It must have been at the end of the day.
Information about who carried it out, I think, was really circulating.
Yeah. It's very interesting. I do want to talk about some high energy lasers here after a super quick word from the last sponsor of the show, Venice. Altman recently announced that ChatGPT can now reference all of your past conversations. Do you feel comfortable knowing that an AI platform has access to all of your thoughts, dreams, sensitive questions, business ideas, etc.? What are they even doing with that? It took us all far too long to truly understand what social media companies were doing with our data over the last decade. Are we really going to make that same mistake again with AI? Venice AI lets you use AI without handing over your sensitive information. It's private and permissionless. They don't spy on you or censor the AI. Messages are encrypted, and your conversation history is stored only in your browser. AI can be extremely valuable, but we don't need to give up our privacy to use it. The Venice Pro Plan, their Pro Plan unlocks the full platform and includes features like PDF uploads for summaries or insights, and the ability to turn off safe mode for unhindered image generation, the ability to change how Venice interacts with you, and by modifying the system prompt, limitless text, and high image limits. Well, let me ask it something very spicy. A famous, are there chemicals in the water that turn frogs gay? The classic Alex Jones line. Let's see. What does Venice.ai have to say? It's uncensored version. All right. The claim that chemicals in the water turn the frogs gay is a popular conspiracy theory, often cited by figures like Alex Jones. Research, though, has shown that certain chemicals, such as atrazine, can interfere with the hormonal. Wow. So if you want to use AI without fear of handing over your most intimate thoughts to a corporation or the government, you can get 20% off a pro plan using my link at venice.ai/quartering and code quartering. Use the link in the description below and start having some fun without Big Brother watching today. Oh, I caught Luke working out. Did you see this story? They shut down the airport. We kind of have a resolution now. It was on my list, but it does open up a couple of interesting conversations. So this morning they shut down the airport in El Paso, I believe. Mm-hmm. They put a TFR in place. Yeah. And it turns out that the military used high energy lasers and shot down foreign drones near the southern border. The flying material turned out to be a party balloon. One balloon was shot down. What does this even mean?
There's a ton of disagreement about what happened. I saw Sean Duffy, the transportation secretary, saying there was a threat from a cartel drone. There was a Democratic congresswoman who said, no, that's not what we're being told in Congress. Yeah. This airspace shutdown happened really suddenly. And airspace does get shut down on occasion. To me, what stuck out was there was a pilot who I assume was asking for clearance to land or coordinating something to do with his travel. And he was like, the air traffic control was like, oh yeah, we're shut down. He was like, for how long? She said 10 days. And then almost,
that was weird.
Within hours, they're like, we're open. Right. So initially, and there was some reporting that it was like, well, it wasn't that they were being threatened by drones. They need to test anti-drone technology. So it went from being this like unexplained, very odd situation to becoming kind of rapidly a situation. I don't know why it's so unclear about what was going on.
Yeah, well, Brian Beal wrote on Twitter, Biden administration, when a Chinese spy balloon was flying over our most sensitive U.S. military bases, no big deal. Let it cross the entire continent. Trump, when a balloon escapes a 9-year-old girl's birthday party in Mexico, scramble the space lasers, ground all aircraft, deploy the top secret counter drone tech, and shut down the airport, including medical medevac for 10 days. That was the original declaration. Like, all ground stop, nothing in, nothing out, 10 days. That was the weird part about this.
The 10 days is odd. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because usually the FAA is like temporary ground. We're going to figure out what's going on here. But the stop was next to the mountain range. It was next to the U.S. border. It was next to a U.S. military installation as well. Now, of course, a lot of conspiracy theories are going to be ablaze here. Clearly, someone goofed up, messed up here. We need to know who. We need to know why. We need to know what was going on. We still do not.
Yeah.
Because we don't, the conspiracy theories are ablaze here. Now, there was allegedly, according to the FBI, a cartel organization that said, open season on Border Patrol. We want you to target and take their lives from the border. Yeah. Now, the cartels are sending a lot of their top soldiers to Ukraine to get drones, to get anti-aircraft, surface-to-missile, Stinger missiles type of tech that has gone missing in Ukraine. And according to a lot of intelligence chatter,
From us.
Huh?
Like we supply the military stuff, it goes missing in Ukraine.
Right.
Maybe Mexico is getting it. I'm just like,
it ends up in Mexico, according to and a lot of sinister organizations that now know the latest counter drones, the latest offensive drones. Mexican cartels are literally using drone bombs against other cartels right now in the region, because of their training and because of the knowledge that they got from the Ukrainian war. So it's not just Mexican criminal cartel organizations; it's a lot of other ones. But they're also finding out that a lot of the weapons, a lot of the bullets are literally from the U.S. government that they're finding.
Yes.
And that's not a coincidence. Barack Obama was literally doing Operation Fast and Furious, which I believe was a cover-up for the real operation, when they were caught literally gun smuggling to the cartel organizations, giving them the latest and greatest weapons when Barack Obama was president of the United States. One of those weapons ended up killing a Border Patrol agent, which was later found as the U.S. government under Barack Obama and Eric Holder came out and said, whoopsie daisy, we lost the weapons.
Oops.
We did this program to stop the cartels having weapons by giving them weapons. And then we lost the weapons. What a coincidence. It wasn't a coincidence, in my opinion. The U.S. government has a long, extensive history working, aiding, trading, and abetting a lot of these criminal cartel organizations as well. And they're the ones, according to a lot of lore here, that got rid of the gentleman's code and made it as gory and as destructive and as terroristic as it is by like secret police forces that they trained that later became a major sinister cartel organization.
Oh,
so yeah, there's that. Sorry.
By the way, we're missing out on... it looks like they did pass the SAVE Act. The House approved rule for the Save America Act. The bill requires proof of U.S. citizenship and a vote to vote and photo ID to cast a ballot in federal elections. Guess who voted no?
Oh, Thomas Massey.
Yeah, it barely passed by a single vote. That's how close it was. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This is the act that mandates identification for voting.
Yes. Yeah.
Is it in law now, or does it need to go back to? It doesn't need to go back to the Senate.
I would assume it has to go back to the Senate, right? I think Massey's unforgivable. Yeah, like, dude, he does so much good stuff, and then he does shit like this, and I'm like, come on, dude. He also said it's a false rumor that He says a false rumor that I voted against the Save America Act. I'll vote when it comes to the floor. I voted against a rule that allows it to get a vote, but the rule also suspends House rules and allows spending bills to come to the floor. So, correct.
That's the thing about Massey. Like, I know people get annoyed with him, but there are things that he does out of principle that even if I wouldn't do it, if I removed it, like I respect.
Yeah.
So if you run with he voted no against this, like the spending bill thing matters. I also think that he's pretty well studied on how the rules and procedures of Congress. So being able to differentiate between like this is a vote on a bill versus this is a vote on a rule to allow us to vote on the bill. Like, the headlines won't tell you this, but it matters.
Yeah, that's why I made sure to because like the thing with this is if he's voting for it, then that helps a little bit more even because like the kind of the pre-vote passed by one. And then if Massey will vote for the SAVE Act, then it should pass by two.
Right. And I totally sympathize with being like, stop linking a bunch of stuff together, like being allowed to bring spending bills to the floor or whatever. Like this is something that I know he's talked about a lot with the mega bills. He vote on single issue bills as opposed to being like, we're lumping a bunch of stuff together to be able to get it through. And I respect that as a standard for our government.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I definitely, hey, Baba, I definitely support not, about pushing back against these mega bills. I wish that Democrats would do the same thing, but they don't. And I wish
they love mega bills. That's my thing. Like, they love it.
Yeah. The thing is, ultimately, this is very, very, very important. Now, I don't know, would it be in place for the midterms? I assume it would be.
I hope so.
I can find it.
Yeah, because this will be wildly important for the midterms. Chat, do you know? Let's see. Massey's the only one following protocol. Massey knows what's up. Yeah, I mean, again, he can be grating, but at the end of the day, I respect him. Like if I was in his district, I would probably still vote for him, you know, because he's so principled.
It looks
he's
like
the
if
most
they can pass it, it'll go
congressman of our
back.
time now.
Yeah. What's that, Hannah Claire?
It looks like from the reporting I'm reading on it, if it goes into law, it would impact midterms.
Yeah. Okay. So they got to get this done. If Republicans want any chance at all in the midterms, then I would say they have to get this in place.
Yeah, I hope so. But it's an uphill battle, especially with the PR disaster after PR disaster. I mean, there is a game plan where all of this could be fixed, especially when it comes to
There's still
the
time.
SAVE Act, it being implemented, powerful predators being held accountable, and holding up the insurrectionists, the people who are creating chaos and showing division, the billionaires that are financing a lot of these left-wing protesters, some of them on the Epstein list, holding them accountable and draining the swamp would restore faith and confidence in the system, and therefore really change things around dramatically. And if Trump is able to do that, I think he can get control of Congress. He can get control of Senate, and then we could have a saved country. But it all lynches on this one key component of holding these like billionaire Democratic predators accountable.
There's video out of St. Paul. We have another injury. Is that too loud?
No, but I can't see it. It's too small. Anyway, you can enlarge it.
Jesus Christ.
They're not dead. They're covering their identity. Again, this is Minneapolis again. I'm trying to find any information on this. I better look off screen because, you know.
Yeah, there's some report.
I'm trying to find if there was
reports, but it's not being verified. Allegedly a fatality. Some people are just jumping to that conclusion. We don't have. Yeah.
6-car crash after anti-ICE mob slammed into ICE vehicles. And they're rabid responders. It's rapid responders screaming about.
No, I want to know about the rabid responders. They seem more dangerous to the public.
Yeah, this is interesting. Can anybody find me more information on this? Like,
so we have a statement from the St. Paul police saying that non-life-threatening injuries had the victim completely covered. So it was non-life-threatening injuries is what they're kind of saying from allegedly the St. Paul Police Department of what we're seeing online here.
But you wonder if there's like, I wonder if there's like of the crash, if there's footage of the crash, because this is the shit that like, you know, like this is why these people are like, oh, I'm just a legal observer. Well, what's going to happen when these legal observers runs over, you know, somebody? I'm trying to see here. St. Paul. Oh, here. St. Paul, there's a suspect chased by ICE in the fatal crash. So this was, they were chasing him. A major car crash following federal agents occurred, involving federal agents involved in St. Paul, Minnesota. At least when I'm trying to find any information on this 6-car crash after anti-ICE mob smashed into ICE agent vehicles. That's the narrative.
Hi, puppy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's the narrative, but
it's not you, it's Luke.
Justin, federal agents chased someone in a car until they crashed and sustained non-threatening injuries and were transported. So this is not does not look like it's a
fatality.
You think people are jumping the gun on this issue?
Yeah, this looks like it is like they were chasing an illegal who then crashed, going over 100
and they
miles
probably
an hour.
wanted to cover his identity so they wouldn't be held responsible or accountable.
Yeah, like this says at 9 a.m., St. Paul police officers were called to the intersection of Western and Shelby for a vehicle crash. It was reported that a large crowd was forming. St. Paul police officers assisted at the scene. The person that was being pursued sustained non-life-threatening injuries and was transported to a local hospital. The preliminary information received is that federal agents were pursuing a person in a vehicle when that vehicle crashed. So this doesn't look like this doesn't look like ICE protesters. You always got to do a little extra, I feel like the ICE protests have been like,
they're kind of looking for another thing. I mean, that's
yes,
they
really
want
calmed
there
down.
to be another fatal incident to keep the hype alive.
Yeah, no, that's what I think. I think most of them have gone home now. There's basically that guy who is like attaching dildos to his head. Like, they're just like out there, like people who are high on drugs and like doing that as a party now. The real protesters have moved on. There's like one American patriot that's driving around in like a beat up Nissan Altima, blowing a whistle and like distracting them and trolling them. When that happens, like, I think, yeah, this guy just ran from cops and destroyed all this property. But at the end of the day, we don't even know if it was an illegal. Probably was. All right, ripperonis on that story. Sometimes they aren't, sometimes they're not, but that's why I don't want to like sensationalize stuff, beyond what we know, because there's just not.
Yeah.
There is
breaking news usually is wrong as soon as it comes out.
Breaking news is wrong almost every time, especially on X with monetization. By the way, the America Rejecting Beer has given up. Heineken just had to fire 6,000 people because Americans are giving up on beer. Maha is the
How
thing.
do you feel like that? You're from the state that has some of the highest alcohol consumption in the country. What's going on here, Jeremy?
We haven't given up beer here. It's other
are
states.
keeping the American beer industry alive.
Yeah, we haven't given up on beer in
It's
Wisconsin.
estrogenic, and it calcifies your pineal gland with fluoride in it. Most beers have a crap ton of fluoride in it. You want to avoid it. You want to decalcify your pineal gland. Don't be shaking that head over there, you Canuck. All right?
Oh, see, I'm over here thinking, should I make an immigrant comment or should I just stop?
I'm happy. I'm happy that the alcohol industry is going down. It's very destructive. But the weed industry is going up, and it's also bad. I would say alcohol is the worst. Weed's pretty bad too.
Weed's not as bad.
Lots of people are disassociating because the economy's tough, and like people are being like just absolutely run by a satanic death cult, and people are realizing it.
A lot of organizations that endorse the legalization of marijuana have come out more recently and said, well, we endorse it, but it's not as harmless as we once thought it was. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, and the anti-weed people, they were always on like too far of it. Like I'm always someone that's partaken and not had and luckily had a responsible relationship with weed, like unlike most things in my life. And but I definitely saw it ruin people's lives. Like a good friend of mine, way smarter than I was, bright future, wanted to be a nuclear engineer, decided he just wanted to sit at home and smoke weed all day. Like dropped out of college. Don't know what he's up to nowadays. Like weed can be addictive. It can be bad. It's not like if you smoke a joint 2-3 times a week, and you also binge drink 2-3 times a week, the drinking's worse. But
I think one of the challenges is that you don't know how you will react to it or when you will see the adverse effect. Like I have a relative who specialized who was a psychiatrist who specialized in schizophrenia, and who would say like, yeah, there are some people that the onset of symptoms can be induced by smoking just once or twice. Yeah. And that's such a gamble to take. On the other hand, there are people who you would never guess that they are regularly using marijuana.
I have a friend who's high all the time and runs an international business and is right. I could never tell. Like even when he smokes, I can't tell the difference. So yeah, everyone's different. It's also probably true with alcohol, right? A lot of people drink but don't become alcoholics. A lot of people smoke weed but don't become schizophrenic or have, other kind of nonsense that happens in their life. So it's wild. We saw, Nancy Guthrie, another ransom note. This time they only want 1 Bitcoin. The ransom note things are a joke. None of them have been real.
The ransom note thing this time is interesting to me. And I don't really like this organization, but I was listening to an interview with the head of TMZ, and he was saying this
on
was
the
a
Epstein
note.
List, you mean?
I think he is. But he was doing this interview where he was saying that this third note came in to them. And at the time, Bitcoin was worth about $56,000, which was about what the police are offering as a reward for information leading to arrest and conviction.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so it's
This
kind of
note says, I
interesting
know
because,
who
like,
has them, right? This isn't,
Right.
this wasn't a ransom. This was like, I'll dime them out.
This
if
is
you
a
give me
tip.
this.
So it's like,
Yeah.
you could just get $56,000 from the police if you go forward, or you could get a Bitcoin that definitely gives you 56,000 right now, because the police reward is contingent on it leading to a conviction.
It would be crazy if it turned out to be like, if that, look, 56 grand's cheap, but I mean, this woman's dead. She's been dead. There's now it's like, do you want to pay for a dead body? I thought it was weird that they released this footage. Now, some FBI agents are saying this guy was sloppy, but like, he doesn't look sloppy to me. Like, these people are commenting on, they're like, this guy's an amateur. I'm like, really? He walked into this house and took an old lady out from a multimillionaire, and you guys got fucking nothing. The FBI has nothing.
If he's sloppy, where is he?
Yeah. Like, yeah, if he's sloppy, how come he pulled off the perfect crime? If the crime was just to murder this woman. Like, you don't have a body, you don't know who it is, you don't know diddly dick. Now, this Ring camera footage, I think, will eventually be what breaks the case. Somebody knows this guy. You know, I've seen some other pictures that made him look Latino, where they like raise the gradient enough and then you can see they look brown. But like, I don't know, like, the FBI has nothing on this. I know my viewers don't give a shit. I don't know why, because this should be fascinating that this person is like, you know, one Bitcoin's currently at 67K. Well, if people bought in at 50, they'd be doing all right. That's more than the 50K reward being offered by law enforcement. Yeah, I mean, again, they're not the thing is that the thing with these rewards are like, you're not getting shit until the, like, okay, we'll give you a Bitcoin. If that's what you want instead, we'll give you Bitcoin at whatever price it is when it is. But we're not giving it to you until your tip proves that you're correct. You don't get, it's like people never understand how tip lines actually work. Like, you call in a tip, you don't get paid for the tip. Like, ladies, you get paid when an arrest is made. Yeah, you get paid when an arrest is made. And even then, it's difficult to actually get the reward. Like, do we know if that McDonald's employee ever got the reward for calling in Luigi Mangione? Because it was like $100,000. I bet you they still haven't gotten that money.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, in this case, I know that the reward is contingent on arrest and conviction. Conviction is like years afterwards, at least a year, let's say.
Right.
You have to go to trial. Some are not like that from what I know about it. And I'm not an expert by any means.
Yeah.
But again, like, if you're looking to make a quick cash, like, if you're looking to make a buck right now, the note and asking for Bitcoin and immediately selling it is more effective than going for the police tip.
Right. Dingus Khan says, thank you for your latest video, HCB. I knew it wasn't your intention, but I was finally able to prove to my boomer parents that you will never get the whole story from local news, although better than legacy media. Hey.
No, that actually was like my goal with that video. I talked about this case in Montana and how it's presented one way in the papers and one way online. Obviously, you can't always be 100% sure that the online sleuths have it right, but I'm glad it was helpful. We have to help the boomers.
Yeah. I mean, it's always good. You know, I think get paid for removing the tip. Yeah, a lot of doctors do. A lot of doctors, the whole industry is removing the tip. I have to be careful, you know, sorry for sexually harassing you guys with my job.
I'm ready to file for workers' comp over here.
Yeah, right. My apologies.
There's also some other individuals that take it upon themselves.
Yeah.
With LinkedIn tools in order to administer this.
Yeah. Peter says, nobody cares about the mom of some leftist media hag that got kidnapped. Happens to the peasants all the time. It's a good thing that elites start understanding even with their money, they're not safe. Pinochet, you're on one today. I mean, I think I care. I mean, I don't emotionally care, but I care about the story because it's like very interesting.
I was wondering if that was why a lot of your audience was checking out. It's just like, kind of like we talked about, like Trump being like, all of the FBI resources are going to this case, and you being like, there are tons of people of missing loved ones.
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah. Weird Robot says, Jeremy, Sydney finally made a video on Elijah. Any thoughts? Haven't seen it. Wish her all the best. Also, Peter says, it's hard to find the moral high ground for your principles when everyone else is standing in the mud. True. Dorkness Rise says, Democrats have hijacked every civil rights movement. Now they're hijacking Epstein. They really have. Pinochet also says, if her grandfather didn't die in the Holocaust, he would have suggested her mother get an abortion like all Democrats. Damn, dude. And understand the federal government loses all legitimacy the second they admit they have dirty hands over Epstein. Nobody will follow laws at that point. It's the only reason stuff is hidden. I mean, it's possible. I definitely am. My preferred idea as to why they're like hiding it is more so it could lead to widespread economic collapse and or wars. That's I guess my cope for why they're not releasing everything. I definitely believe that generous.
That's a very generous.
I know. Sergeant said, I smoke every day, but I'm responsible pothead and counteract the lazy side effect of weed with cocaine. Smart. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah. Stay the.
Do you ever see that soft white underbelly interview with a heroin addict that was like, "Yeah, I have a job and I do all kinds of stuff." I can't remember the guy's name, but
yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's just the like, are you willing to gamble with your life and mental health? I don't know.
Yeah,
especially if you're young and are developing your brain, you should not be doing a lot of substances. That's why you shouldn't be doing alcohol. You shouldn't be doing weed when you're young.
Well, look, my thing is, as long as you're not hurting anyone else, I don't really have a problem with it. It's when you're like out in the streets and, all that kind of stuff. It's that I don't like, that's not for me. Yeah. I think with that, we're going to send you guys, let's see what Viva's up to. Let's see what old Viva
Today, his hair care routine unveiling episode.
Yeah,
we should be able to call in. In the future, we should call into a show and exchange pleasantries and then give it off to him.
Yeah, all right. We'll do that.
Extremely social creature. That's what I've gotten from today's episode. We got to call in. I've got to play poker in person. I want to see what the people are doing.
I will do that. I will work it out with Viva.
I'm stuck here literally going through all the Epstein files. I need to touch grass.
I will figure it out with him. I'll text him after the show. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 Eastern with Astrocast. You do want to let the people know where they can find your content?
Sure.
Ladies first.
You can find my content on Rumble, YouTube, and X. I have a video up right now, like I mentioned, about this case in Montana involving a high school student and a teacher and a stabbing. So it's mostly about the media presentation. So if you're not interested in true crime, hopefully that interests you. I'll have a video up this week reacting to some Olympic information as distributed by social media. So keep your eyes open for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, it's Hannah Claire B on Rumble, YouTube, and X. I'm HannahClaire.B on Instagram, if that's your place to follow people. And come back for Astrocast tomorrow because it's one of my favorite days of the week.
You never know what you're going to see.
This is
that's favorite? Mondays when it's just you and me, which makes it worse.
Oh, yeah, right.
Anyway, if you want to check me out, one place, one channel, youtube.com/wearechange. I'll put it in the chat room. My channel's finally taken off. It's humming, it's buzzing, it's zooming, and I am absolutely going on the best of autistic rants that are absolutely deep down the rabbit hole with things that are absolutely shocking on youtube.com/wearechange. Go check it out. Go subscribe. Lots of people are, which is great, and things are finally getting back to good numbers.
Well, good to see. Go say hi to Viva, everyone, and we'll be back tomorrow at 2 Eastern with all that day's news. And I'll probably do some gaming one night this week as well. So if you're into that, you can see that too. And we'll see you soon.
Jeremy, is tomorrow Galentine's Day?
Oh, yeah, Galentine's Day. Yeah. All right.